welcome back to another premiere Saturday. That's right. Right now, while you're watching this premiere, I will be in my car driving, most likely, on my way to where, you might ask? Called Fort Wayne or Winona Lake, Indiana. Actually, Winona Lake is about 40 miles west of Fort Wayne, Indiana. And for all of you people who know that area, not a very exciting area that I'll be going to, but is where my school is, my college, and where I also got my master's degree there. Was there for about 7 years, and I have not been there since about 2020. I went there very briefly on my way to Chicago because if anybody knows this area, Route 33 from Columbus, and then you take 30 after you get past Fort Wayne, and then 30 you take all the way to Chicago, essentially. And me and my better half in 2020 during the pandemic decided right when we got back from Korea that we wanted to go to Chicago. So we stopped there for about an hour and a half on our way there at some Hacienda, which is their Mexican restaurant. It's kind of very similar to all the other restaurants that are Mexican in the United States that are not very authentic. I think Columbus's version of that is El Vaquero. But anyway, we went there, and I have not been back there since. So you might be asking, why are you going back there now? Well, I'm going back there because a friend of mine who lives in Colorado now, that I knew from school, also learned some swing dancing with. That's how we kind of really started to get to know each other. Is when I first started swing dancing in around 2000-ish. And he is back in town because his family still lives there, and that's where he grew up for a lot of it. He was born in California, though. I'm going to visit him, and yeah, this little town has nothing in it. It's very boring. It's a very small town that has like churches on every corner. It's very conservative. Not much to do, but I'm going to visit him, and we're going to play a round of golf there, and then I will come back on Sunday. So that means for you guys, while you're watching this right now, I'm driving, hopefully, and it's really nice. One of the things I love about my car is that it has this little thing on it. It's not just lane keep assist, but it's this little button that you push, and it actually steers the wheel for you. And especially like in Ohio and in Indiana, where pretty much every road is straight in the middle of cornfields and nothing else, it's supposed to beep every 30 seconds or a minute, but mine never does. Mine kind of like beeps, especially if you're on a straight road for like, doesn't beep for like 3 minutes or 4 minutes at a time. So it's really nice. Just put it on cruise control and kind of sit like this. So that'll allow me to kind of look down a little bit and watch to see what the chat is saying. So what are we doing today? Well, we are here because our resident subscriber, who is a German lad, has turned in a set. And he turned in this set, and it's 6 songs. And I just want to say to my German lad who is in college, Sasha, how about in the chat you tell all of us when you're actually going to graduate? When are you going to finish college, Sasha? Guten Tag, Guten Tag. That's all I know. That's the equivalent of my Spanish, which is pretty bad as well. Or my Blimey, Guten Tag, Guten Tag. I actually did have a stepdad when I was growing up who was a total dick, and he was full-blooded German. And he used to say to me, Scheissekopf. Scheissekopf. Is that right? Is that how you say it? Probably not even close. But what I was told later was that it was shithead in German. Scheissekopf. Scheissekopf. And there was another one I think he used, Figide, which is like fuck you or something like that. Anyway, my stepdad used to say that to me, and I didn't learn what he was saying to me till later. So he's calling me a shithead, which, what a great stepdad. So Sasha here has 6 songs for us, and I'm ready to get into them. I'm sure we've got some Haken, probably not, maybe one, but definitely probably some power metal that's going to be on here, and I would guess some Symphony X, which, hey, other than the cheesy singing in power metal, I can kind of dig some of the riffage in it, so we'll see if this is what Sasha has for us. So let's get into that right now. He says this set is going to be a bit different. Oh, so maybe we won't have some power metal on here. I will introduce you to 6 new bands, and not all are power metal. There you go. not all. So we are going to get power metal. The first, however, is power metal. Though I'm not sure I would consider this song and album power metal. It's called Bloodbound, or the band is Bloodbound from Sweden, and the song is called Dominion 5. They are not unique, but their music is solid and enjoyable. The album Tabula Rasa has iconoclast vibes, in my opinion. There's that Symphony X. And if it does have iconoclast vibes, I'll be digging it because I fucking love iconoclast. So here we go with Bloodbound, Dominion 5. Good. Okay. Ooh. Okay. This is definitely iconoclast for sure. We sure this is not Symphony X? Dun, 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 dun. Is that Sir Russell? Actually, it sounds like Megadeth. Yeah, it's got that like, sounds a little bit of a mix of Dave Mustaine and Sir Russell. Yeah, that sounds just like Dave Mustaine. Dude, this sounds like Megadeth a little bit. Tornado of Souls. Give me some Tornado of Souls. Symphony of Destruction. Ooh. I like the harmonies. I like this chorus, dude. Sasha, this is probably gonna go in a playlist unless it falls off the deep end. Dream on, do you understand? Ooh, halftime. Sasha, this is an excellent first song. Dare I say that Symphony X could learn a thing or two about how to cadence their singing? Though I have heard Symphony X songs that are very similar to this, Iconoclast, where Sir Russell's just on fire, but sometimes I just don't like the cadence of Symphony X. You're gonna get a solo here like Tornado of Souls? This is a catchy chorus. Dude, I'm digging this. It's a great song. I just hope it's not fucking 20 minutes. Ooh. Okay. Solo. Woo! Ooh, nice little transition there. I will say that solo was a little underwhelming. I'm not saying you have to do just like a flurry of notes, but it didn't. This part's much better, more soulful. Okay. Is this Aerosmith all of a sudden? Dream On. He like changed the cadence there a little bit. I like it. Halftime. Ooh, I like that callback. 100% the song's going on a playlist unless it's like 20 more minutes long. Is that it? That it is. All right, Sasha, great freaking song to start us off. That was badass. Dream On. And even had, I mean, it's a different key, but it's exactly the same way of Aerosmith's Dream, except it's a lot lower. Yeah, I think that's the first time we've had this band on the channel, and I liked it. And it had that Symphony X Iconoclast Megadeth feel to it. I'll be honest, because of the nature of what I think you like, Sasha, and what I like, this might be my favorite song on the set. We'll have to see. It's knowing the stuff that you liked in the past and have submitted in the past, unless it's taken. I'm probably going to like this. It's going to be hard to beat this song is what I'm trying to say. By the way, if I keep going like this, it's because at the time of me recording this, it's Wednesday here in Ohio, and it's like 92 degrees. And I'm upstairs and my air conditioning's trying to keep up, but not enough. So let's get on to the second one. He says, now it's time to ride on dragons to fight the evil. Yeah, definitely going to like song. I can already call it right now. I'm going to like song one better than this. Maybe Jason will like this one, huh, Jason? Meaning it's time for the epic Swedish power metal band Twighlight Force. You can't be much more power metal than them. I love it. So this is Twighlight Force, and the song is called Twilight Horizon. Let's go. Okay, listen. Even that is similar to the last song, but with the keyboard and the way it's recorded, just automatically sounds cheesier and less dick hairs. Whoa! What the fuck was that? That was a nice fucking sweep. There it is again. Sounds like a video game. Mario just went into a tube. Or sewer. Do it again. Yeah, they're doing it a lot. Oh, dragon! I feel like these guys should play at a, Oh my gosh! I can almost hit that note. Doesn't sound good, but I can hit the note. There it is again. This is right up Jason's alley. Jason, do you have a little chubby listen to this? There's that was very Dragon Force-ish. Although, did this come out before Dragon Force? Oh yeah, that reminds me. I was interrupted by that note. Sorry if I just busted your ears. I don't think I did because that's what I was going to say. Okay, wait. Guitar solo. Come on. For power metal, you at least have to go fast. Keyboard. So far, I've been unimpressed with the solos. Okay. Maybe I spoke too soon. Oh, they're just trading back and forth. Bop, bop. It's just like the whole whatever 5 minutes we're into it so far. Whoa! I heard that bass the last second. All right, so what I was trying to say is, okay, so I did like the runs back and forth between the keyboard. Keyboard patch was definitely a cheesy patch, very, very cheesy. These guys should play at a Renaissance festival. I'm sure they'll be loved. But I was kind of, the guitar solos so far are nowhere near like Romeo or Petrucci or Vi status. They're not even close to that. I would even say Herman Lee. But yeah, but that's not that big of a deal. It was still pretty good. Definitely more cheesy. That would not go on a playlist for me. And one of the things that I was saying is, I mean, other than the fact that the dude has to grab his nutsack and pinch as hard as he can and crunch him to get that note, quite impressive. I found out from watching the past couple of times, if I watch like a couple minutes of this, I forgot that when I sing, it gets like the first like second and a half of my note, and then you don't hear it anymore because the whatever filter that I have on the mic, so it doesn't pick up all that extra static that we've been hearing in the past. So what that does is that filter like cuts everything, all the outside noise, and that's including me. So when I'm talking right now, it picks up everything, but if I just sustain a note, it just like cuts me out after a second and a half. So I just look like an idiot going, but you can't hear anything until I start another note. So I don't think that I busted your eardrums because it probably cut me out after a second and a half, even though I was singing that high note. Didn't sound good, but I was hitting the note. Yeah. So yeah, definitely song number 1 and then song number 2 in that order. Let's get to the next one. He says, now it's time for something different. The German metal band Null Positiv is not always my cup of tea, but the song Who Ranch ist auch für. Did I say that right? I didn't even know. I thought that was actually Wo Rosh. So how do you say W-O in German? Is it Wo Rosh ist auch für? Yeah, I think that's right. And it's where there is smoke, there is fire. Definitely is. The singer Eli Berlin. How would you feel to be named after a city? Has a beautiful voice. I posted the link for the official video because maybe you want to see her. Oh, her. The video is not important, so you can put a filter on it if you want, but I think it should be safe. There are many reactions to this video. Okay, I did put a filter on it, but maybe I'll take it off in the middle of it so I can see her. Let's get into it. This is Null, Positiv. Yeah, whatever I said before. Here we go. Number 3. Gotta take the filter off. I was like, where the fuck is it? Let me take the filter off. Filter. Let's hope it doesn't get blocked. Remove. Yes. Yeah, she looks kind of cute. But you know, I care more about her singing. Just like Daria and Lola. Oh, those sexy black boots. We call them hooker boots. Hooker boots here in the States. Yeah, she's got like a Daria voice, that lower register voice, the alto range. Okay, I got a slower tempo song. Is it gonna break into something crazy? Got that grittiness in her voice. Please don't block this. Oh, she has a very interesting look. So Sasha, is she your cup of tea? What kind of girls do you like? Or I guess I didn't assume you like girls, Sasha, but what's in the chat? What's your type? Ooh. I think the double bass drums or the drum sound very well. I like the way they're mic'd. It's got like power behind it. Okay, how's the chorus? Yes. This is good. You know why? Lower tempo. Sasha, you're touching the feminine side.
Deine Knochen sind zerschmettert.
Has anybody else heard this band besides Sasha?
Doch dein Geist ruht still und klar. Im Echo ferner
I don't know if it's a shadow or if that's her lip, but it looks like she's got something right here in the middle of her lip, like a dark spot. A cold sore? I used to get cold sores a lot. Haven't had one in a while. Yeah, feel the building. Bah. Yeah, the drums are really well mic'd. I wonder if Michael Herman will like her voice. I know, Michael, it's not as good as Daria. We got a battle right now between Ukraine and Germany. But she definitely has that lower range like Daria does. Like a Pat Benatar kind of feel. Ooh, I like the strings. And Sasha, I'm kind of upset you didn't provide the lyrical content for this since she's speaking German. Not that I care about lyrics that much, but... Nice. Wow. Ooh, she's got a little in there. I wonder if she does that while she's in the bedroom. I don't know if that would scare the shit out of me or turn me on. Maybe both. That sounds like the devil himself. Like she should do the voiceover for the Passion of the Christ. You know, when the devil's talking. Yeah, I dug that song. That's probably gonna go on a playlist. I think that was a good song. It kind of quickly snapped. Yeah, I think that was a good song. I think I might put that on a playlist. I don't like it as much as number one, so I'm gonna say 1, 3, 2. 1, 3, 2. 1, 3, 2. Sometimes I forget when I don't write it down what my order is. I gotta remember. 1, 3, 2. Nice, good song. I've never heard that band before, I don't think. And I think you said most of this set is new bands, so nice job, Sasha. Again, better have written in the comments or in the chat, she's your type, or what your type is, Sasha. We'd like to know. That way, if you can just, if there's a girl you like at school, in college, you can just be like, hey, watch this video, and she's your type. You can watch this part and be like, oh, I fit Sasha's type. All right, let's get on to the next one. This is... because the next song is one of the first metal songs I've heard. It's by the German band Gravedigger. They are similar to Manowar, I think is how you say it. And we had Manowar in the channel before. I know people have talked about it for them. This song features bagpipes. Whoa, Irish and German mix. Oh, what that looked like. Because it's part of a concept album that is part of an album trilogy about Scottish history. Scottish. I said Irish. Sorry, Scottish. Sorry, Scottish. Don't get mad at me. The vocalist has a unique style of singing. I've never heard anyone sing like him. So this is Gravedigger, and the song is Highland Farewell. Oh, number 4. Oh yes, I did put a filter on this too. I feel like this sounds like so many other songs like it. Okay, not anymore. Nice. It's like Ozzy Osbourne. It's like Black Sabbath sounding. The way the guitars sound. Oh, they're LARPing! Maybe they do play at Renaissance festivals. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. Definitely not feeling this one. I don't know which one I dislike more, this one or number 2. We'll have to see how it goes. This is just really... The singing is pretty bad. Yeah, the lyrics and cadence is like the equivalent of rap. It's like, I'm cool, but I'm not a fool. So hand me that tool. I just imagine Sasha in his bedroom headbanging to this. Okay. And the guitar solo redeemed. Definitely got some soul. Nice. Not as good as Zach Wild. Not even close. But yes, very much like a Black Sabbath feel to me. Whoa! Double bass. Oh, I did like that bass at the very end. The end. All right, folks. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna give that the nudge to 2. So my current is 1, 3, 4, 2. 1, 3, 4, 2. 1, 3, 1, 3, 4, 2. Gotta remember that. 1, 3, 4, 2. Didn't love it. Wouldn't go on a playlist. I am interested what you like about that, Sasha. I mean, I know the stuff you like is not the stuff I tend to like, but quite interesting anyway. So tell us in the chat, Sasha. And anybody else love that? Sounded very Black Sabbath-y in the guitar sound of it, but the singing to me was pretty subpar. And the way the cadence was of the lyrics as well. It's like, wasn't my thing. So let's get to the next one. This, he says, it's a surprise that I'm the one who introduces you to a death metal band, but here we go. Interesting. And I love that these are German. So this is a German band. Oceans is the only one out of this genre that I sometimes listen to. Okay. They always mix clean vocals and growls. It often makes sense to me when they use growls and they don't bother me. Okay, because that happens every once in a blue moon for me too. The band style is more melancholic than aggressive. Maybe that's the reason I dig this. The song, We Are the Storm, is about wishing for the end of the world. There used to be a good lyric video, but I can't find it anymore. So I guess I'm going to have to pay attention. Again, just like I said in the other video a couple days ago, if the music itself is not very technical in nature, I can listen to the lyrics more because I'm not having to really focus on anything that's going on between the bass, guitar, drums, keyboards as much. But if it's a very technical song, yeah, I'm not really paying attention to lyrics at all because music to me is the first thing I pay attention to instrumentally. And so we'll see. If this song is very technical, I probably won't pay attention to lyrics at all. If it's not technical at all, like I would say 3, then I'll probably listen. So this is Ocean's We Are the Storm. Go with number 5. Is it just me or the vocals really far back in the mix? I keep hearing a triangle. Maybe it's something else in the house. Anybody else hear the triangle? Okay, don't mind the clean vocals in this part. Nice movement by the drummer here. Okay. I'm almost positive Scott K and Ryan are going to say, those are cheesy growls. Oh, I did hear it again. Somebody tell me you're hearing the triangle. I'm freaking hearing things in my house. Yep. Yep, there it is again. Okay. My only complaint so far is that the tempo is just staying exactly the same. Same with the subdivision. There's not really any half time or full time, double time to like break it up. Sorry, it's in full time. Double time or half time to break up the monotony. It's just this. This is what I'm feeling. It's just not changing at all. Which I do get the sense of that. It's like that melancholic thing that you mentioned in the description. Totally get that. It's like Doom at a higher tempo. But it's not good. That's what makes Doom good, that even though it doesn't change and it's melancholic, the slow tempo is what really makes that digestible. I mean, what? So now we're gonna melt your fucking face. It's like stop and talk about tempo change. I don't like this, but I'm gonna say outside of the dun 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 dun, the halftime and the guitar, I actually prefer this to the first half of the song. I know that's going to shock you, Scott and Ryan and Para. Yeah, I definitely like this part better than the first, just like monotonous, forgettable parts in the beginning. Even though I don't think the switch really fit necessarily, I would actually prefer the whole song to be like this than that. Just get rid of that first half of the song. Please don't go back to it. Oh, just cracked my neck twice. Back to the beginning a little bit, but as misfits we were born. Yep, it's called Original Sin. Misfits we were born. Ooh, jun 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 jun. I wish that was like at the end. The Tale of Two Songs is what I'm going to call that. Yeah, definitely the Tale of Two Songs, and I am shocked even myself that I preferred the change in the growls and the jun jun kind of gentiest sound. Excuse me. Definitely better than the first part. They kind of went back to the first part at the end, so I kind of got lost again. But that section, I definitely dug. I would be interested if my prediction is correct, that when they started to go into the growling, if Ryan and Scott and the cool guys were like, that's just not cool. That's just not cool. That's cheesy. Although at the end, as it went into it more, I wonder if they changed their mind and thought, not that bad. What is your verdict, people? Put it in the comments. Was this, for you growl experts, was this terrible growling, or was not bad, or was good? I actually liked it. Not bad. So as far as what I'm going to rate this, it's going to be 1, 3, 5, 4, 2. 1, 3, 5, 4, 2. 1, 3, 5, 4, 2. 1, 3, 5, 4, 2. Let's get into this last song, number 6. Before I do that, though, Adrian, if you're listening to this, I wanted to let you know, I actually, because this weekend I'm playing golf, and I was like, I have not literally played golf in over a year. I haven't played at all. I was like, I got to hit the balls at least. So I went and played 9, and to my shock, freaking crushed the ball. I hit a couple drives that were just over 300 yards, and straight down the middle, which is, usually I can hit them far always, but sometimes I the right have a little fade, but these were straight again to my surprise. And I think I parred or birdie. I birdied 2 holes and parred 3, but I ended up shooting a 42 on 9, which is not bad, because to me, my dad always said 80s golf for people who don't golf is good golf. And if I would have done that same thing over 18 holes, that'd be an 84. I'll take an 84 for not playing for over a year. Anyway, hopefully this weekend I continue that and don't screw the pooch and start hitting shit. All right, let's get into this last one. This last song has to be power metal again, of course. No. The Finnish band Dreamtale reminds me of like Harry Potter's Wormtail. Isn't that one of the characters, Wormtail? Is one of my favorites. I love their music and their lyrics that combine fantasy and practical lyrics. Jason will like it. Their themes are often practical, but the choice of words is fantasy driven. Bang. I like that. I'm glad you like it. And I'm glad Jason likes it. I'm glad some people like it. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a lyric video for this. Hey, you could send them to me, you know? Anyway, this is Dreamtale, and it's called Lucid Times. The last song, let's get into it. Boom. Okay, hopefully it gets louder than that. Kind of like a going to battle. Dreamtale. Okay, got a nice vibe to it. It's not. How's the singing gonna be?
I sung for those who are wasted all.
No.
And in the beauty, the medley of the archive values.
Da-da-da.
The weight of touring world. Spread your wings, do not look back.
Hey, it's not bad. Trying to see where this goes. It's like cheesy, but not like real cheesy. Like number 2 was. It's like on the cheese factor, it's definitely less than number 2, but it's up there.
Poetic justice.
Poetic justice.
Fear. Gladly cold.
Na 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 na.
With crocodile's tears. Like witches.
Of course.
The humble and the poor. Nazi and heresy.
Colin, do you like this? You like Dreamtale, Colin?
Love break your shackles and play.
Yay!
Turn into battered routine. Cry in the ground. The fragments of soulless fly away.
Sound like you struggle with that note there. La 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 la. La 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 la. That's terrible. Every time I do that, you can see my double chin. Maybe I should be like this. No, then you see my balding hair. No win situation. I like that.
From above and below, the ancient path collide. Tiny figures strive to survive by societal.
I feel like I'm watching an opera. I mean, this is essentially like this with number 2. I said it was going to be hard to top number 1 for me. It certainly was. Again, it's okay if I don't like your songs. It's okay if I don't like your music. I'm just one of the many who watch this video. So either in the chat, tell us what you think, or in the comments if you watch this later. We haven't even hit 2,000 subscribers in like 6 years. Come on, at least comment, like, and subscribe.
Could I please have emotions? Could we please have needs once more? If we just open our
Sorry, Sasha, I should not be
maybe
making fun of
there's
this.
hope for
Just
us
cheesy for me.
again. I ask you to join me in this dance in the alley of shattered dreams.
Shut up!
In this good place, where blessed are the insane. We build our centuries so deep within our hearts.
The end? No, it's not.
A song for those
Is this like a 30-minute song, Sasha? Are you torturing me?
to be down for shame.
Dreamtale, I'm sorry if you watch this. It's not you. It's just my preference. It's my taste. I'm not into this.
We are safe now if we just stay together. Now sing
I do like the artistic choices on the album cover. Eyes of that doll or little girl, whatever it is, are quite intimidating. Yeah, it's you. Did these guys open for Nightwish or close for Nightwish? Oh, I thought he was going to go up that. Nope, he did. Is that the end? We hit the end. Thank you for not making it 20 minutes, Sasha. I appreciate that. All right, so that wraps us up. I said all I needed to say about that song. There's no sense in breaking it down more. I'm glad you like that, Sasha. I'm glad it touches your soul. Does not for me. In the chat, in the comments, does Dreamtale or any of these other songs touch your soul? Touch you somewhere else? Let me know. But my final is going to be 1, 3, 5, 4, 6, 2. I think that's right. 1, 3, 5, 4, 6, 2. Yes. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed this. And Sasha, as always, I love when you turn in sets. I love when other people turn in sets. And I enjoy hearing what you guys like, not just what I like. And I will definitely be adding number 1 and number 3 on a set. Or on a playlist, not a set, sorry. And I'd be interested how you guys are all going to vote for these songs. So Adrian Widener is up next, and that will be a live session. So if you are new to this channel, make sure that you check out the schedule. We have an Excel doc that is in the description that has the schedule, as well as all the songs that we've done in the past and who did them and who requested them. And yeah, live versions or live sessions, live streams are good because then you can join the chat and we can all interact. Ooh, and it rhymed. All right, so this is the captain saying like and subscribe. Peace out.